Hey there, Capricorn. Welcome to your weekly tarot reading for the week of December 1st. The world. As I sat down and started to connect with your energy, I was hearing, I can't fix your life. So I don't know if somebody is asking for help this week or they're just so involved in many things that it's a big project to untangle, let's say. King of Pentacles. Okay, so a lot of earthy energy. And the Ten of Pentacles. Wow, you've been getting that Ten of Pentacles a lot. So I feel like this is the week where you do actually get things figured out. So yeah, I don't know if someone has said that to you or if you're saying it to somebody else, but this week seems to bring solutions. I see jobs for a lot of you, job opportunities. You're interested in long-term investments. A lot of you could be graduating school or maybe just getting a break from something. It feels like wherever you've been, whether it's education, a current workplace, something like that, your situation in life has shown you everything that it can. It feels like you've reached a level of mastery, a level of understanding where you might be feeling like you've learned or seen everything there is to learn or see. So it's where you're ready to move on. So this week there is a massive turning point, and we're starting off a new month, and your season begins a bit later this month. So happy early birthday! But yeah, this is like, we're really getting serious about where we want to go long term. And I do feel like, okay, I heard more hours. Some of you could be getting more hours at work, maybe full time, because I'm seeing a watch, I'm seeing jewelry, I'm seeing something relating to time and how something about comfort, time and comfort. And, long term, like, where do I want to be? How will this pay off in a few years? Will this get me to the next step? Will this get me to my goals? And I feel like it will. This is a big week. I feel like this is a big week of responsibility, things coming together, maybe some gatherings. There could be, work celebrations, holiday celebrations, family gatherings. I do see intergenerational family dynamics where I don't know if people are moving in together or you live with your in-laws kind of thing, but there is this presence of intergenerational people or family members. It also feels like I'm hearing you're foregoing something for a long-term goal. So instead of these little like dopamine hits, let's call them, through the week, it's more like I'm going to save my money and get myself something in a couple of months. Like, I think you've really got your eye on a big prize, and you will achieve it, you will acquire it, but it's because you're able to forego the momentary pleasures, which is a huge challenge, especially with the internet. It's so easy to watch your money fly away, but I feel like you're very responsible and grounded in making some good decisions about long-term goals versus what you're getting in the medium. And that's also what happens with these, like, I feel like these little jobs, it's like, oh, this isn't really going to go anywhere. I have to stop saying yes to things just because it's a stepping stone. Like, a lot of you could have accepted little side hustles, side gigs, like, oh, a little bit of cash in the pocket, but that's not cutting it anymore. This is like, I want to only invest in something that's going to get me to where I'm going to go. So what I see is you simplifying your life in terms of not being spread so thin and really focusing on fewer things and doing them more, doing them harder, more dedicated, doing them well, because you're able to focus and show up continually. And I heard hack away at this project, I guess we'll call it. So yeah, like, what's going to get me to the long term? This King of Pentacles, I don't know, you could be out at a party, you might run into somebody, there could be an earth sign man, a Taurus, a Virgo, who, I feel like it's a Taurus, but there's somebody who is, I feel like there's chemistry with this person, but for some reason you may be very different in your life experience, or maybe your position or something, or it's just not the right place to, like, I heard some of you could be meeting someone in an unlikely place, strong level of attraction. But again, what is my long-term goal? How will this affect me in the long term? It's not just about this, saying yes for the night. I feel like you really are building something, because the King of Pentacles too, look at the lush abundance, the lush greenery around him. He's been there for a long time, and his castle in the background and the fields, like he has been there for a long time for these plants to grow like that. So get comfortable, settle in, and let's put down some roots. I am seeing a lush old garden, old buildings. A lot of you could be connecting to history, other places, lightning power. But yeah, big job opportunity, definitely a chance to make a name for yourself. I think you're starting to see your legacy, and how do I want to be known? How can I contribute to my community? What do I want to be known for? What is my legacy? How do I show up for others? How do I show up to the world? Okay, power, vision quest, and volatility. Is that King of Pentacles quite stubborn? Are you frustrated by his stubbornness? He likes to be comfortable. So there could be a person in your life that maybe they're not an earth sign, but look at how he's wearing his slippers in the grass. I mean, that is a comfortable person. And there could be someone who maybe is like a little resistant to doing things because they're more of a homebody, or they just are maybe lacking motivation to be more physically active. So I don't know, there could be some stubbornness or resistance with a person, and maybe a little bit of difficulty there. I heard there could also be some family dynamics where someone doesn't understand how you express yourself, or it's like they don't understand how you express yourself, why you dress a certain way. The way that I think a lot of people are dressing is more comfort, more of utility, comfort, like slip-on shoes, for example. How can you make yourself more comfortable, right? Why do we do these things that make us very uncomfortable for the sake of other people? The world as well. Like, there's such an emphasis on you and your comfort and where you want to be, maybe versus the public or people's perception of you, or like what we do when we're on the world stage, so to speak. Like maybe it is the footwear, uncomfortable shoes, something like that. But it doesn't have to be you versus the public or you versus the world. How can you find your place in there and also pave the way for others to follow suit? Like, it's okay to be comfortable. It's okay to, you can still look professional and be comfortable, kind of thing. I feel like you may be dealing with people who have a history of doing things very differently, and you're there to kind of open their minds and show them different perspectives. There's cultural differences this week, learning from other people, tasting their foods, looking at their fine clothing. I feel like this is an investment in quality. So I do see like jewelry. We talked about that discipline in the beginning of the reading for like a bigger ticket item. Maybe you're getting that this week. You've been disciplined, and this is like the month or the week where you kind of get, I feel like a lot of you could be also passed down or handed an heirloom. You might come into an inheritance or an heirloom from the family. I'm seeing a ring. There is a person who he's a man who wore like slippers, driving shoes, loafers. He was comfortable, but he always wore rings. And I feel like you could be inheriting one of his rings, or just interacting with him. And then you've got power, vision quest, and volatility. So interestingly, vision quest is when we purposely deprive. It's like hermit mode. You're going into hermit mode a little bit, and maybe you're going into hermit mode to ride out the storm or to hide out until these things pass over. But you're going into hermit mode. You're depriving yourself intentionally of something so that you can get the result, get a reward, have the vision, have insight, hear the messages. So that your body is not distracted by the pleasures of food or And I mean that's just be careful, okay? Vision Quest, as I'm saying these things, I'm not telling you to starve yourself and go into the desert, but that is what people sometimes do. They go into a place that has very little, they take very little with them. It's like, it's just me, raw dog in this experience. And I'd like to put a card on volatility because there's something about how power is used here, and it could be anger, like how different generations, you're like, oh man, my grandpa was so angry, but actually it was power. And of course, maybe sometimes having power also means that sometimes you direct that power in a singular bolt at somebody and it comes out as volatility. I don't know. Like you might be getting some more understanding about how, like, what power comes with. But also, when people are deprived of what they need, they become volatile when they don't have money or food. Like that really agitates people. So you could be using your power for good this week, Capricorn. Let's just get one more card. Maybe advice. I heard, yeah, just I can do without this. There could be someone in the family who's quite volatile and you're like, you know what? I'm empowered beyond this. Like, I don't need to keep dealing with this. Yeah, Knight of Wands. I mean, why did we need to pull that card? We didn't. It speaks for itself. It's very much the same. It's just this impulsivity. And this could be a part of yourself that you're looking to cool, to calm, having more of a grounding practice. Asking your ancestors for guidance. I'm seeing wreaths. I'm seeing hand-me-downs, heirlooms, sharing, the craft process or making garlands and wreaths together and bows and decorating. And, the King of Pentacles is so tied to this time of year as well. So, but it's really important that you recognize your own tendency toward impulsivity. Those moments will happen because, again, you're expanding, and so you're going to encounter more of the human experience or more variance in presentation, let's say. But you're able to stay the course, I heard. You're able to stay the course. So I'm going to leave that there, Capricorn. Hope you have a great week. And if you want a personal reading with me, information is in the description box. I'd love to read for you, and I will see you soon.